This conference will now be recorded.
It's official now. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start off. My name's Nancy Underkoffler. I'm a full-time outreach director with Special Olympics Montana, based out of Helena, and I've been with Special Olympics for a year now, and I'm super excited to help start rebuild and establish this athlete leadership program from the state level. So yeah. Next on my screen, I see Patrick. Go ahead, take it away, Patrick.
Hello, I'm Patrick Yeoman. I work at Albertsons, and I've been with Albertsons for 8 years, and I've been with the Central Montana Eagles team for, I'm guessing, about 13 years. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Patrick. Take it away, Carson.
Okay, go ahead. Hi, I'm Carson Patton from Lewisham, Montana. I work at the council and the basement this spring.
Fantastic. Thanks, Carson. Alrighty, I have Keith on next. Take it away, Keith.
Keith King with the Billings Adults and Powwow Center and Cowboy, and been in Special Olympics for 22 years.
Wonderful. And then we also have Tom Dorman. Go ahead, take it away, Tom.
Hello, I'm Tom Dorman. I'm with the Great Falls Hornets White. And my favorite sports are bocce and track.
Wonderful. I love it. Thanks, guys. Kayleen, I guess it's just me and you women on. We also have a mentor, Kayleen, which is Carson's mom, and then we have Dick Hughes, Tom's dad. So welcome. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Real quick, would anyone be interested in sharing their addresses to other athletes so then you all could write Christmas cards to each other?
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nancy
Perfect.
said she was having trouble getting in, so she's going to try on Friday.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Kayleen, for checking in with her. I'll make sure that I send her another meeting link so she has it fresh in her text. So awesome. And then, sorry, Keith and Tom, I didn't hear a response from you regarding Christmas cards.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Awesome. One of our other athlete ambassadors had an idea of wanting to share her address with everyone. And then we were like, well, we'll have to get permission from people to see if that is good for them. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that I share out the addresses to those who opt in for the Christmas card exchange. And then you guys could all send Christmas cards to each other. So yeah, that would be awesome.
Yes,
Alrighty. Fantastic. And then one other piece of information that I am trying to collect on behalf of my coworker, Sherry Schmidt in development. She is looking to get some feedback from athletes who might have participated in virtual state summer games or fall basketball challenge. So has anyone on the call participated in either virtual state summer games or fall basketball challenge? And if so, how did that help you get through COVID?
I did.
Okay, go ahead and share, Tom.
I did the summer training, and it was really challenging.
Was it? Oh, good. How was it challenging?
My sister made me do different things.
That's very good. That's good that your sister held you accountable and challenged you a little bit, huh?
Yes.
Good. What was your favorite sport?
The softball throw.
Oh, nice. Great. I'm just jotting down some notes here for Sherry. Softball. Awesome. Patrick, are you sure you don't want to share?
Well, the fall basketball challenge was probably more challenging to Kayleen than us athletes to get
It,
everything organized for our Frank Date Park competition, but
you're probably not wrong, Patrick. You cracked me up.
am I right, Kayleen? No, it wasn't challenging to you?
No, it was easy. It was fun.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Alrighty here. So just give me 1 second. It looks like I just got a text from Tiffany and she's trying to hop on here. So I want to make sure that, see if I could share this link with her. Do, do, do. One eight 1866. We're getting there. 602. Alrighty. I sent it, so may the force be with her. Hopefully it works. Okay, let's share the screen of mine now.
Tell Nancy. Say Nancy. Say Nancy.
Nancy, I did state basketball. It wasn't okay. I missed playing on team. I did summer game, run on soccer.
Say that last sentence again, Carson.
I did state summer games, run and soccer.
Running, soccer. Did all the events for state summer games.
Wonderful. What was your favorite activity?
What was your favorite one?
Running.
Running.
Ooh, I love it. Great. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so to the infamous lesson 2 of athlete leadership. We're going to learn the 3 guiding principles of athlete leadership and also learn about unified leadership. Thanks so much for your help on collecting that information too, by the way, everyone. I appreciate it. That'll be super helpful for Sherry. So would anyone like to share a response to one of the homework questions from the last training?
That it is one knows me and I know lots of people.
That's this one. That was this one.
It does seem like you know a lot of people, huh?
Oh, that was.
Sorry, say that again, Kayleen.
That was the answer to what value do you bring as an individual to your community program?
Wonderful. Thanks, Carson. That was a great answer. Does anyone else have any responses to the homework questions? That's totally fine. It looks like we might have a new caller on. Is it Tiffany?
It sure is.
Tiffany, you made it.
I sure did.
Woohoo! Good job. It's good to have you. Me and Kayleen were
Thank
feeling
you.
kind of left out because we needed another woman on. So now it's like balanced out here. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Quick question. Would you be interested in sharing your address so other athletes can write you a Christmas card?
Sure. It is 510.
Oh, it's
Bradford
okay.
Street.
I already have it. So you don't have to
Okay,
share
perfect.
it. Wonderful.
Okay.
Thanks, Tiffany. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then did you participate in the virtual state summer games or fall basketball challenge? And if so, how did that impact you during COVID? Like, did it make you feel good you were able to participate? What was your favorite activity?
Yeah, I did participate in the fall challenge along with another athlete. We did it together. It was sometimes challenging. I will give you that. It felt good to still be able to get out there and be active through the whole virus. It was different because we weren't in a big group and getting to see other people and interact with them, but it was definitely fun, and I would definitely do it again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tiffany. We actually have a large Lewistown crowd here today. We have Carson and Patrick on as well, Tiffany. So,
nice.
And then we also have Keith King from the Billings area, and then we have Tom Dorman from Great Falls. So, yeah, we have a great group. Yep. Just wanted to catch you up to speed real quick. Alrighty. Okay, so the guiding principles there. Patrick, would you go ahead and read that graphic for me?
Education and awareness, training, and leadership positions.
Exactly. Thanks, Patrick. So the lesson is going to introduce these different principles of athlete leadership. There's 3 guiding ones that Special Olympics North America has put into place. And so the principles are the ones that Patrick just read for us. So now we're going to dive into each principle to truly try to understand what each one is about, which will give us more understanding about our mission and more about athlete leadership, so then you guys can be fully trained athlete leaders in your communities. Would anyone like to read number 1?
Read it out. Read it out loud.
What's that?
Read it out loud. Education
and wilderness building through the
unified
leadership approach.
Awesome. Thanks, Carson. Okay, how about number 2? Keith, would you like to take a stab at it?
Is it like a piece of paper or something?
Okay, can you not see my screen?
No, I'm talking on my phone.
Okay, got it. I wasn't sure if you enabled camera access or not. Okay, that's totally fine. Let's see. I will go ahead and read number 2. Athletes have a choice in how and where they lead in Special Olympics. So that's definitely going to be a topic that we've discussed a lot today, is choice, giving you guys opportunities to have choices. Tiffany, are you able to see the screen by chance? Are you on your?
No.
Okay, just wanted to make. Okay, got it. No worries, we will make this work. Number 3, create meaningful positions of influence and leadership throughout the organization and community for people with intellectual disabilities. So those are the 3 guiding principles of athlete leadership. Okay, so this first one is just the education awareness building. So this is done through unified leadership approach to developing leaders. It educates all leaders of all abilities to value and learn from each other, and to create environments where people with intellectual disabilities succeed in meaningful roles and jobs. Tiffany, would you like to go ahead and share what you think unified leadership is, because you already know this answer because you already helped us out in another meeting. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Unified partnership, relationship is not just one person doing one thing. It's where if you have an intellectual disability and you come alongside with somebody that doesn't have a disability, doesn't have whatever you call it, you guys are they're coming together to make something better. And it's better to have two sides working on the same thing, because that way you guys can come together and make sure that both of your ideas are shared, and maybe together you can come up with something better and easier to do with the community or with your team or with the coach maybe. But it's just where two ideas can come together to make something better and easier.
Exactly. That was so wonderful. Well said. Well said. I love it. Yep. So you just hit that definition spot on. This next slide, definition of unified leadership, building from sport. It teaches leaders of all abilities to value and learn from each other to inspire change. So that's super wonderful. Can anyone give me an example of unified leadership in your community? So maybe you have a job and you have a supportive boss, or you have a unified partner. Anything really applies. No wrong answers here. Just an example of unified leadership in your lives.
Well, for me, like, I never really had a unified team or whatever, but just like being able to be with a coach or an athlete or whatever it may be, that, like, you know, just being able to go to that other person and be like, hey, this is what I need to think, this is what I think, to make it better or to make it easier, not just for like the two of you, but for everybody else. Like, I think that more people should have some type of unified with like another coach, with a coach or with a teammate. Like, it's just easier to have. In my life, like, I've learned to, you know, kind of like with my job, like, everybody's so appreciative of what I have, and so I think that just being able to have a unified team is much better than being by yourself, I guess, in a way. Like,
Absolutely, Tiffany. I can agree with that. Just knowing someone's supporting you and is going to get you through just everyday life, you know, because life can be overwhelming at times or scary, and it's important to rely on those people in your lives and be unified in that. So, Carson, were you going to say something?
Nancy, we did a Untitled
Unified.
by Realty course.
Oh, I hear a TV screen in the background, so I'm going to mute everyone. Okay, Carson, I'm so sorry. Can you say that last sentence one more time? Because I heard the unified part.
We did. Go ahead and do it again.
We did a
Unified.
by Realty with horses.
That sounds like such a cool thing. So unified team with horses? That's wonderful. I love it. Now, Tom, can you tell me about your unified experience?
Yeah, my sister.
That's awesome.
What
And
about it now?
remind me what sports you participated in?
Bocce.
Bocce. That's awesome. Do we have a lot of bocce players on the call? No. Awesome. Keith, do you play bocce?
I played bocce once.
No, I just basketball and track.
Awesome. Well, there you go, Tom. You're the only bocce player. Awesome. Great. I love everyone's support and feedback. Okay, so this next principle is actually training. So this is exactly why we're doing training together. And so when you guys were first kind of just nominated as those athlete ambassadors across the state, you guys were giving you were given options and given a choice to whether or not you wanted to be a health messenger or athlete input council member or development messenger. And so this guiding principle just promotes that still, is that athletes have a choice in how and where they lead in Special Olympics. They need to be trained in knowledge and skills to be successful in whatever they choose. So that is super, super important. So I have some questions for you. Feel free to chime in. Has anyone ever been given a role that you did not want to do? So I gave this example the other night, so Patrick already knows it, so I apologize, Patrick. But when I was growing up, my mom would always make me clean the bathroom, and that wasn't something that I always wanted to do, and that was a role that I didn't really want at the time. So any answer is good. So has anyone ever been assigned to do something that you didn't want to do? And how did that make you feel?
I was in charge one time of doing like watching over like 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 somebody watching somebody's stuff for a couple for like 3 hours, and they want me to guard it. It was like worth a lot of money, and they want me to guard it for like 3 hours and watch it, and it was like expensive equipment, so they want me to sit there for like 3 hours and watch it, and I was like, okay, or to hold on to it for a while, and I was like, well, I was like, okay, I was like, well, I was like, sure, I was like, because I just want to, just watch it for like, hold on for like an hour, but it turned into like 4 days, so I just didn't.
Wow.
So a couple of days later, I just told him, I was like, nah, I was like, I'll just give this back to you guys. I was like, I just don't want to be, responsible, and I just don't want to have all the, on the shoulders leaning on me to, to watch it. I was like, I just don't want to be responsible if something happened, and get the blame. I just kind of felt, a little nervous about it, because that's a big, huge responsibility for somebody to ask you to watch their expensive, equipments, and
Yeah.
and just stand and just sit there and watch it for 3 hours instead of turn into 4 days,
4 days. That's a big responsibility.
Yep. So it was like $10,000 equipment. So I was like, no. I was like, and then plus I got some other jobs to do. I just told myself, like, no, I just don't want to take the, the responsibility, and something happens, I just don't want to, get the blame for it,
Yeah. Well, good for you for stepping up and telling them that you didn't feel comfortable wanting to hold on to that anymore. That's a good example. Thanks, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
How about anyone else out there?
Yeah, I have an experience of something like that. I had a friend that my sister actually had a friend that used to live here, and she was going to nursing school or whatever, and we'd watch her dog for her when she would go out of town, and it was just really hard for me to take on that responsibility, but I just kept strong and kept doing it because I love animals, and everybody that knows me knows I love animals. So I just did it because she needed somebody to watch the dogs. So.
Aw. Well, that was very kind of you, Tiffany. Way to be a good friend like Keith was. Even though it was something that was a little intimidating at first, right?
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for those great answers. just to focus a little bit on that training aspect, having a choice. Choice might be something as simple as choosing which sport you want to do, which hopefully you all have that opportunity to choose that sport that you want to participate in, or it might be choosing to take on a new challenge like becoming an assistant coach or committee member, or continue on the role as an athlete ambassador. So would someone like to share a choice they made at home, work, or school? It could literally be about any choice that you want to share about.
Well, I kind of made the choice to become a volunteer at Council on Aging. It was a choice that I made because I used to work at the Boys and Girls Club up here in Lewistown, and I was up there for 6.5 years. And then, after my grandpa passed away, I quit working up there, and I was like, well, I want to do something else in the community, and I went down to Council on Aging to see if they needed some help down there. And I've been down there for 3 years now, 3.5 years, almost 4, I think. So that's the decision that I made, decided to get back out in the community and serve the elderly. Because Council on Aging is a place where elderly people come in and have lunch daily. And so I thought that I would get back out there and get back out to the community.
That's so great. That's awesome. Thanks, Tiffany. Love that example. Anyone else want to share a choice? Carson, looks like you're ready.
No. What is it? What did you just tell me?
Grapes, yogurt, milk, banana.
So what is that? Healthy what?
Fruit.
Healthy food choices.
Healthy fruit.
That is so important because we all have to make those choices every single day. And you can either eat healthy, like you just gave that great example, Carson, or you can eat fast food and not eat healthy, you know? So that's always important to remember, to make healthy food choices. I love it. I'm going to tell Bill Salonen that you're representing being a health messenger. Well, Carson. Awesome. Okay, so would someone like to share a choice you made about participating in Special Olympics? Patrick or maybe Tom?
I had a choice either to do the 200-meter dash or the turtle jab, and I chose to do the turtle jab. And Kaylee challenged me to do the 200 1 year, and I tried to do it, and I did pretty good at it.
See, that's great. That's awesome that you were able to do that, and that Kayleen provided you that choice and encouraged you to be challenged in that way, and you did it. That takes bravery and courage. So good. I
Actually,
love that
she
example.
put me to the challenge.
I love it. That's
So
great.
that's double than I usually do. So I'll try. I wasn't very confident in doing it, but I tried.
Hey, that's all that matters. You tried and you gave it your best. So awesome. How about you, Tom?
I did the 5,000-meter run.
Oh boy, so you're a runner. That's amazing.
Yes.
You made that choice. That's awesome.
My sister gave me that choice, though, too.
That's fantastic. Nice. Well, that was nice that she provided you with that choice.
Yes.
Yeah. And so part of the concept of athlete leadership that's really been kind of a newer way of thinking, part of Special Olympics North America that is brought here to Special Olympics Montana, is that it's all about our athlete choices. And so we want to try to give them opportunities to allow them to make big choices, to make a movement led by our athletes. So our athlete choices and their interests should be driving the local areas of state, national, and international direction of our organization. And so by providing this training, we're able to equip you all with basic understanding of our mission a little bit deeper and give you the training necessary to know what unified leadership is so you can take it out in your community and you can share about Special Olympics. So then your voices can get shared more and more, and then it'll be an athlete-led movement instead of just staff or Special Olympics North America staff making the choices. So that is the hopes by implementing this new curriculum in this new training series, is just give you athletes the opportunities to lead the movement truly, which is super exciting, and it makes me so happy that I get to be a part of it. But as you can see, for those who can see the screen here, is the guiding principles of athlete leadership. So there's different training modules, and so we're in the introduction to athlete leadership, and then there's also understanding leadership, and then under there's different things that we could work on together too, and different options that you can sign up for in 2021, which is super exciting, like understanding emotions, engaging others, managing time, focusing on unified leadership. There's also other areas that you're going to get trained more in. So if you're already a development messenger, you'll have activities from the development department to work on. And then if you're part of the Athlete Input Council, you'll have activities for the Athlete Input Council. And then there's also personal and professional development goals as well as part of this athlete leadership training program. So it's really big and it's really at times complicated. So I appreciate you all just staying with us in this process. But we're super excited just to take little by little and just really train our athletes in these categories to make sure that we continue to be and strive for an athlete-led movement. And so that means you all are making the big decision. So if you want to see a new sport be introduced at a local game, you're going to have the opportunity to share that. Or if you just attended an area spring games or state summer games and you have feedback, we want to hear that feedback. And so, which it kind of leads us into the next part, is the leadership position. So leadership positions help us create meaningful roles of influence and leadership throughout the organization and community for people with intellectual disabilities. The organization will become athlete-led, where athletes help determine the policy, set direction, and lead programming. So that's why it's super important to get you all trained in the leadership position that you're interested in. Does anyone have an example when they've suggested something to their coach or local program and it brought about a positive change?
Well, for me, when we had equestrian going, we were practicing, and I brought up to Alana that we should, like, because we would just, it's what it was called the gate. And it was just where we would open up, like it looks kind of like a gate, and it had a rope hooked to the other side of the gate, and we would just open it and drop it and just let it go on the ground and then go to the next obstacle. Well, I was like, why don't we try to learn to close it? And so she was like, well, that's a great idea. And so
If you can come here.
after I brought up that idea, we tried it at the next practice, and it went really well. And so this last year, I think everybody on that team were able to open and close the gate with some assistance, of course. But I think everybody on the team was able to open and close the gate pretty well when I suggested that. So that was pretty cool.
That is so cool, Tiffany. Well done. Way to be bold and share that idea. I love that. Okay, how about one other example? Who would like to share when they suggested something to their coach or even parent or anything like that?
Well, there was this one time that I was invited to the BPA state convention with Tom Figuerelli, and on the way there, he asked me since I work at Albertsons, how we can get started with the campaign for disabilities, people with disabilities campaign. And so I told him the best person to talk to was Chris White, who actually started the what's going on right now called Turkey Bus. And then when Christmas comes after Thanksgiving, we'll switch it to Santa Bucks, which helps with the holiday meals. So you
See,
donate to the check stand like a buck or wherever you want, and it all stays local in the community. And so it went from him to corporate to every except this year because of COVID. Every July is basically Special Olympics month at Albertsons,
that's amazing. That's a great example, Patrick. Woohoo! I love it.
and it's huge.
That is huge. That's a huge accomplishment. Keith, were you going to say something before Patrick? You guys kind of started talking at the same time, so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss you.
Yeah, yeah. I was back in 14. Um, me and my basketball team, we went out there for the U.S. games, and so at the dorm that we was at, a couple other teams, one from Oklahoma and another team from Missouri, were practicing flag football. And so I was like, hey, that'd be fun, a new fun game for Montana. So I approached it, to my local coach, and plus she told me I had to approach it to the sports director at the time. His name was Jonathan, and so I was like, hey, Jonathan, I was like, do you think we can, bring that sport to Montana? I was like, probably during the summer games. I was like, this will, flag football is like one of the coolest games, ever. He's like, well, he's like, it's he's like, well, it's a good idea, but at the same time, we don't want anybody breaking, their ankles and stuff like that. I was like, most of us here are, besides really good at basketball, but there's some of us are really good at football. It's like, so is there a way we can bring that, try that out here, like at a local level, and if it grows at the local level, if we can, spread it out to the whole state. He's like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you on that one. And he was gonna get back to me, but he got a job down at the Special Olympics down in Utah, so that that idea just went out of the tube. So that's I've been me and my friends last couple of years we've been talking about that, get some good like football going on at local level, and if it succeeds, then we can spread it throughout the teams and states.
That's a great idea too. Yeah, reach out to Tiffany. I don't know what level of contact that is considered during COVID, but the least you could do is just reach out and share that idea. So, yeah, I love that example. Thanks, Keith. Yeah, so as you can see, you all have those leadership qualities already. Those were some great examples. And as you can see, our athletes can contribute in meaningful roles, and that's why it's super important for us to give you those opportunities to just continue to develop and gain those skills and the confidence, and just to get out there in your communities to make more of an impact like you already are doing. So on to the next slide here. My PowerPoint will work for us. Just reviewing those guiding principles again, there's that education and awareness piece, there's a training piece, then there's a leadership position piece. And so they all work hand in hand together. So one of the last things that we're going to discuss today is just the organization shift that has come from Special Olympics North America. And so Special Olympics North America is a huge organization, and so we're part of that organization just here at the state level in Montana, which is amazing, but it's definitely a global movement. And so the organization is shifting to one of respect for athletes, their experiences, and potential to develop their abilities even further by making it become an organization that focuses on athlete leadership that's truly led by our athletes. And so athlete leadership principles are very important, and when effectively working together, increase the number of opportunities for athletes in leadership roles. And so let's look into that a little bit more. At the beginning, people often did things for our athletes. So that means they would do whatever they thought was best for the athlete without much input from you all. So in other words, an athlete might have the skills, but they are not provided with that opportunity to contribute in a meaningful way. So take a moment to think about a time when you experienced something being done for you, but you thought you were capable of doing it yourself. How did that make you feel?
Like a special oath or just in general?
Just in general. Good question, Tiffany.
Well, like for me, like a lot of people think that I couldn't like work and stuff, and so people kept telling me that I wasn't capable of working because I had a disability, and like just told me that I would never be wanted anywhere. I would never be able to, give back to the community if I wanted to, and it just made me feel like I wasn't worth anything, and so it can be very damaging to how you feel with your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And just when people say things to you like that, it's a very sad and depressing time for anybody to have people tell you that you're not worth anything and you can never give back to the community. It just makes you feel even worse about yourself. And people that have self-esteem issues to begin with, you just feel like, what can you do you really can't defend yourself because people just don't necessarily, I'm just telling people in general, some people just don't have the decency to believe in you and what you can do in the world. Like everybody has something special to give to the world, and people need to just stop being so negative towards people that have a disability. Just because we're so-called different doesn't mean that they have to put us down just because of our disability or whatever it may be that's wrong with us. Everybody has a specific talent, and I think everybody needs to show the other people out there that don't necessarily have a disability of what we're capable of doing, because we can do pretty much anything that they can do. We might do it a little differently to make it easier for us, but we can pretty much do what other people can do.
Absolutely, Tiffany. I love it. You just got me so excited for life, and I just want to say I'm so sorry that you had to experience that and that you had to feel this way in this crazy world. But I'm so glad that and thankful that you didn't listen to those people and you just kept fighting and were bold and you continued to work hard and you are working and doing amazing things. So props to you. And props to everyone else who have also experienced times in their lives who they have felt that they were looked down upon. So good for you for keep going, for
it makes you stronger too. Like if you keep going, it's gonna make you stronger as well.
Absolutely.
Hey Nancy.
Hi Carson.
I can team roll like everyone else and catch cats. They give me a chance.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure you were done talking.
Did you hear that, Nancy?
I heard bits of it.
He said that he can team rope like everyone else, and that he can catch calves like everyone else, and they gave him a chance to do that.
That's amazing. I actually saw a video of you practicing with your bullwhip, or that was so cool, Carson. You're welcome. Love it. Okay, great. So it's important to request and accept help when you need it. Is there anyone on the call today that it's hard for you to accept help? I know for me, it's hard for me to accept help. And so that's something that I'm definitely looking to work on and improve on. But our goal is to allow you to utilize your leadership ability to its fullest. And so by asking questions on things you don't understand, reach out to us. Let us know that you need something and that you just want someone to talk to. So let's look at this next phase here in this organization shift for Special Olympics Montana. More recently, the organization has shifted to asking athletes what should be done. This is providing the athlete with the opportunity to give input and offer suggestions. So take a moment to think about a time when you provided feedback. How did that make you feel? Go ahead, Tom. I'm gonna bug you for that one. Take a moment to think about a time when you provided feedback to someone. How did that make you feel?
I did it at my job.
Yeah, tell us about it.
My coworker felt like he was being bossed around. And I was like, just worry about yourself. Don't let him bug you.
So you told your coworker that?
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
Really good.
Good. You were being a good friend to that coworker, and you encouraged them to, stick up for themselves. Do you know if your friend actually did that?
Yes, he did.
Whoa, nice. Look at that. Fantastic. Does anyone else want to share a time that they were able to provide feedback for someone?
Yeah, I was at some kind of gathering a couple of years back, and I don't know what it was for. I don't know if it was for social Olympics or what it was, but anyways, someone kind of come up to me and asked me if they were going to do something, and I was like, I don't know, like I didn't notice, and then they came back to me. I was like, he's like, I need to bring something up, and I was like, what's going on? They're like, well, I don't feel comfortable with how they're presenting whatever it was. And I was like, well, you need to go talk to the head person about this so you can, get your voice heard or whatever. And so she actually went up to the head and was like, hey, we need to change this. And I felt pretty good because I felt like I could give her the courage to go up and talk to the head person. And after she did that, everything changed for the better. So I was pretty glad that I could, give somebody the courage to go talk to the head and get things changed so it could be better for everybody and not just her.
I love it, Tiffany. That's a great example too of you being bold. Well done. So the shift organization shift that we're talking about, our goal is to continue to become an organization where we work together in a movement led by our athletes. So we envision this to be an organization where athletes are leading to their fullest ability, sharing in the decision-making power, and receiving the support when needed. So by providing you guys with this opportunity to get trained, we're able to provide that support and give you opportunities to use your gifts and skills in all these different capacities. Patrick, you have a question, sir?
No. I was trying
You have a
to.
comment?
No. I was
Oh, sorry.
signaling my mom I'm in a meeting.
Oh, got it. Okay, good. Hi, Patrick's mom.
Tell her I'm sorry. I just walked in.
She said hi.
Who is it?
Nancy from Special Olympics.
Oh, hi, Nancy.
Hi. Your son's pretty great. He has such great, wonderful ideas to share. Yes, of course. Okay, so what would this shift look like for you in your community, at work, or in your program if the movement was truly athlete led? What would that look like for you guys? Any ideas? What would it look like?
I think it
What are
would
some
give
of,
other people,
yeah,
like the community, I think it would give other people, a chance to see what we could do as a group. Like, not just, I'm not talking not about just the ambassadors, but like everybody on the team and everybody getting out there and getting the word out there, and like I said before, doing some kind of fundraisers, or whatever it is. It would give the other people in community, it would give us a chance to show the community that we are getting the word out there, being active, and just showing them that we have the capacity to lead a bigger operation, or whatever you want to call it.
I'm following you, Tiffany.
That we can just lead and be proactive and just show them that we can handle anything that is put on our path, whether or not it's fundraising, being in the import council, whatever it is. We should show those people that we can do it, and we have perseverance to keep the community engaged in what else is happening, like with the competitions, state summer games, just being proactive and keeping the word out there and keep it going.
Absolutely. And part of this organization shift that I keep talking about is like educating those in the community, by sharing our mission, by sharing opportunities for everyone to get to know you all, and then their mindsets and their ideas about people with intellectual disabilities can change, and it will create a more inclusive world, which is the end goal, is just create a more inclusive world so everyone can live together and in community and fellowship and work together and share ideas, and yeah, just get to know everyone in your community is a great idea, Tiffany. I like that. The outreach is super important, because you can help change that mindset of people who might look down on those who have intellectual disabilities or who are different than others. So great example, Tiffany.
And even in your family, like there's a lot of families that don't accept that other person because of their disability. So I think that family is definitely number one on that outreach too, because there's a lot of families that don't necessarily appreciate that one person in the family because of disability. So I think that, like I said, outreaching to your families and friends and community is probably the best thing you can do.
Yes, Tiffany, I love it. Wonderful, wonderful. So that kind of takes us, that was super efficient, you all. Great work. That kind of takes us to the end of lesson 2. Woohoo! For homework, come prepared to share one of your greatest strengths. And for homework, you will be, this is a recent development, Patrick, so you don't even know this information. So stay tuned, it's pretty exciting. So for homework, you're going to be sharing it to Bill Salonen, as he's going to provide some opportunities for you all to attend a training while I'm on maternity leave, because we're going to take a pause of the athlete training, leadership training until I'm back in February, because I'm the one who has been trained in it and who can facilitate it. And so we're going to take a pause with the athlete leadership training until early February. But in the meantime, I encourage you all to reach out to your outreach coordinator in your area. If you ever just want to talk about your day, or if you need anything, if you're upset, or you just have great, brilliant ideas that you want to share about our movement or our mission, anything like that, feel free to reach out to your outreach coordinator. And for those of you who don't know what outreach coordinators are, outreach coordinator is a super wonderful human being. All the outreach coordinators are females, but they're super part-time state office employees who work like 5 to 15 hours a week if it's a crazy busy week for them, who just live in your communities, and they want to provide feedback and support for you all. And so they have given me permission to share their contact information to you all as a resource. If you guys need any help or have any great ideas to share, please feel free to reach out to that outreach coordinator. I can make sure that this contact list gets sent out. And then Tom and Dick, I will resend that packet to you in the mail, and I'll take a picture of it to you to make sure that you know I'm not going crazy, because I want to make sure that you get it this time. Lucky number 3, I'm hoping.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nancy, if you want to just hold off another day, I'll check the mail tomorrow at the post office here in Great Falls, and I will let you know. I'll call you right away if it comes in. If you don't get a call from me, that means we didn't get it.
Okay, very good. That sounds good, Dick. Great. Great. Okay, so this is the contact list for the outreach coordinators. If you happen not to have an outreach coordinator in your area, which everyone on this call does, so that doesn't really apply, but yeah, if you need anything in the meantime, reach out to the outreach coordinator or my supervisor, Mandy. But like I said, we're going to take a pause on the official athlete leadership training until February. Be on the lookout for information from Bill Salonen, because he's going to have an online Strong Minds training and an opportunity for our athletes to learn about what it means to be strong mentally and how to promote mental wellness. So that could be a fun opportunity that would be starting up in January. So just by a show of hands or yeses, would anyone be interested in attending a virtual Strong Minds call? We don't know the date or time or anything, and I don't think it's like a consecutive call. It might happen once a month or twice a month or something like that. So awesome. I have Carson's hand up. Patrick.
Yeah, I would do it.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, great. I'll let Bill know that.
I will do it too.
Okay, and Keith, and how about you, Tom? No pressure.
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. I was like super panicky because I was like, oh, I want to make sure that our athletes have something to do during this a little bit of off time with the holidays. And then my maternity leave had to come, of course, right when this new athlete curriculum is out. And so I'm like, oh, this is a great opportunity for our athletes. So I'm super thankful for Bill. So great. That opportunity will start up in January. After our last training tomorrow with the rest of the athletes, I'll make sure that you get this information via email, and then I'll resend that information to you that I owe you, Tom and Dick. So in the meantime, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to share for the good of the group?
I just want to say, you guys, I know it's hard with the COVID and, the holidays coming around and stuff, but, if we all stay strong and, be engaged in, our different, wherever our groups are with the, whatever, just stay strong and, like I said, and like I even told Nancy this at my other meeting, that the athletes, if you want to like call and just talk to another athlete, I can give you my phone number and you guys can call and talk to me and just, I might not have any answers to you guys' questions, but if you want to like have an athlete conversation, I can give you my number and you can call anytime you want to, and if you have ideas that you want to give to me, or if you just like Nancy said, if you just want to talk because you're having a bad day, I'm more than happy to give you my phone number. you if you guys are okay with that.
Thanks, Tiffany. That's so kind of you. Let me tell you, Tiffany is super fun to talk with. We've talked on the phone quite a few times now, and I'm just like, oh, what a joy you are. So, yeah, definitely reach out to your fellow athletes. Awesome. Anyone else have anything else they want to share for the good of the group, or questions or anything?
For Patrick and Tiffany, Crystal is our outreach director, and you know who she is.
Okay, I was gonna call you later and see and ask who that was. I knew that it was either you or Crystal, so I'm glad that you told me who that was because I wasn't sure. So.
Thanks, Kayleen. Good clarification. And then Keith, you have Holly there in the Yellowstone area, and Tom, you have Susanna. So you all are in very good hands. So
Yay.
awesome. But I do have to say I'm gonna miss you guys, and I hope you take care for the next few weeks. And yeah, happy holidays and happy New Year, and be in touch with the outreach coordinator or Supervisor Mandy if you need anything at all. So, and then stay in the lookout for invitations for Strong Minds from Bill Salonen. So awesome.
Keep your health, Nancy. We're all praying for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Dick. Adding to the chaos. Number 2. Awesome. Well,
Merry Christmas.
thanks, Carson. You too. You've got me in the Christmas spirit with your 4 Christmas trees, so I'm gonna have to get some Christmas trees up this weekend.
I got my Christmas tree up. It's not decorated by any means, but my Christmas tree is up too.
I know. That's actually what started that conversation, Tiffany, is that I showed them a picture of your Christmas tree. But oh my goodness, it was amazing spending time with you all. Thank you so much. And I'll go ahead and upload this recording to YouTube. So if you ever want to watch it again, go ahead. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
You too.
I'll wait till after Thanksgiving to put my tree up.
Bye, everyone.
God bless.
You too. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.